Hi, I'm Matt1, and welcome to another episode review of LupinRanger VS PatoRanger. Now, I said I was going to do a review every 2 weeks. The reason why, I thought, because we're going to get like one ranger focus on of the Lupin side, the next episode will focus on the Pato side. In this episode, we got a little bit of focus on Lupin Blue, and a little bit of focus on Pato Green. Just a little bit, even though like the overall story of the show is about, it's a Lupin Blue story, but we do get a little bit of green in this one. Now, before I get into deep in depth into the review, there seems to be a little confusion about like, I guess like whose side should we pick among fans. There was never any promotions like this, like choose your side, like in Captain America: Civil War or Batman vs Superman. There was never anything addressed like that. Seems to be like a lot of fans are thinking that when it was never promoted in the first place. I said in my prediction video and in my last review that the Lupin Rangers were going to be more focused on, and also I said that in my last review that it seems like they chose Patos to be Rangers just to make cops as Rangers instead of having like a normal cop guy like Commissioner Gordon or something like that. We are going to get more focus on the Patos. It's just that we have 6 Rangers to focus on each. It's like with every other series. We get focus on this Ranger, we get focus on that Ranger. It just occurs. It doesn't mean like, oh, we're seeing more from the Lupins, so we should relate to the Lupins a little bit more or understand what they are. We're going to get the Patos stories down the road. We have plenty of episodes to get to know all the Rangers, so don't be like, choose your side right away. It's okay to do that, but I guess don't over focus on this one team, or they are going to team up at one point and be on the same side, so your mindsetting could change over that point when we get to there. Well, next episode, it seems like we're going to get a focus on Pink, Pato Sango, so it's not all Lupin stuff, if you can see what I mean. Talk more about Pink at the end of the video, but let's get into it now. So the title episode is called Take Them Back No Matter What. So I guess this refers to take back the people that the Lupin Rangers lost. So like how with Lupin Blue is how he lost his fiance in this last year from the ice monster. So the episode starts off from the last episode. The Pato Rangers are in the restaurant. Now it looks like Ichigo is going to reach for his gun, but he ends up putting up his hand, table for 3. A lot of us speculate that the Pato Rangers knew about them, and even the Lupin Rangers thought they knew about them as well. But no, it's like, no, we're here to chow down. So while all 3 Patos sit down, and while Lupin Blue, he tries to go for one of Pato Ranger's guns, and then you see Red grab his hand like, bro, no, not right now. And then Pato Rangers get call to action. So then, after that, Mr. Kuro shows up and gives them an assignment. So Kaitra suspects that their assignment might be the Pato Rangers call to action. Well, which it is. Well, obviously the Pato Rangers show up first, and the Lupin Rangers follow after, and it's kind of like a 3-way battle between all of them. Well, it's mostly like the Lupin Rangers are trying to stop the Pato Rangers because of the Lupin collection, what the gunner has in his safe. The Lupin Rangers need to collect that first, then destroy the monster. But the Patos don't know that yet at this point. Eventually, down the road, they'll know about the safe thing that the Lupin Rangers have to do. Eventually. Also, Lupin Blue has his own agenda of him wanting taking the VS Changer from the Pato Rangers. So he tries to take the VS Changer from Pato Nigo, or Green, whatever you want to call it. But Pink ends up getting it back for him. Great teamwork. And also, Nico seems to be a bit of a klutz, I guess. But he also tries his hardest all the time. I would give it my all. Which is also a great message for kids, whoever watches the show, like us, the adult fans, or older fans, if you want to call it. Well, we're diet kids as well, so yeah. But still, give it your all. I like that the chief said that to him, but I wish we see more of him. We'll probably get more of him down the road, but let's go back to the Rangers fighting each other. So the monster escaped, and then the Lupin Rangers escaped after that. Hey, where are you running to? Well, Kaira says that we know where the Bangla hideout is, so when they go there, the cops won't bother them. That's their plan. And they shouldn't be messing around with the cops in the meantime. That's what Kaira thinks. But I think Toma, I think that's how to pronounce his name. I'm not quite sure yet. A little bit fuzzy right now. It's pronouncing things. So he disagrees with this, that they should be messing with the cops, of trying to get the VS Changers away. Kaira is not in a super rush how Tomo is. Why he's not in a rush to try to get the VS Changers away too. He just thinks that the cops are just going to be in the way all the time, which they are until possibly when they know about what's going to happen down the road. But yeah, he just wants to finish the collection right now, and fulfill their wish. So he's mad and just chuckers off. He just wants them to finish it now, because since they're not agreeing to the same terms. So he goes to the police station, tries to get the VS Morphers on his own, and then he remembers his fiancée Aya, before the ice monster just killed her. Well, as of right now, I think this is probably the most saddest one. It's probably going to be the most saddest one. We don't know about what Red and Yellow's, what their story's about. Red seems to be having an argument with his brother, probably, and it seems like Yellow is a regular schoolgirl that was hanging out with her friend. But yeah, we'll get more detail on when we finally get to those episodes. But as of right now, this seems the most satisfying right now. So meanwhile, while Asada Keji, or whatever his name is, still need to pronounce the names right, is yelling at Pato Green about not underestimating the Lupin Rangers and the Gangara. Then you get a citizen call. We know it's the prank call from the Lupin Rangers of knowing the whereabouts of the Gangara. So the Patos go back to action. Then this is where the chief tells Pato Green to give him his all. I think Pato Green just wants to be a good cop and protect his city. That's all he's trying to do, but he makes some little mistakes, so whoop-de-doo, falls into the goo. But he's just trying to do his best. He has to give his all, remember that. So the Pato Rangers show up. They end up getting slime, pink slime, very easily early on in the fight. So then the Gangara leaves, and what do you know who's waiting for them? The Lupin Rangers. So they kind of expected it to be a trap because of what he said earlier. Just what Kyra thought. So then Lupin Rangers morph, and then they fight the monster, but it's not as impressive as the last two episodes with the one-shot camera stuff with the drone or the GoPro, how are they filming this? I guess they ran out of the budget for that kind of camera. Well, I'm hoping we'll see it more like that in the future, but many of us fans think it's this grand show that's made for adults, but it's really technically for kids. So you must make aware of this, that it's for kids in Japan. This is not like a show for the CW, which probably has a different budget, like The Flash and the CW, which has a different budget than probably this show. Remember, this show is supposed to be for kids. It's not made for adults. So, and I guess adults can enjoy it, but still, it's for kids. It's cool to see this kind of camera work, but still, it's for kids. And somehow, some of us think it's unfriendly for kids. Remember, the Japanese is a different audience than American audience, so what they have is different from us. So they fight the monster, they reach into the safe, take the Lupin collection, and then, so they fight the monster, and they use Good Striker in this fight, but and they thought they were gonna fuse how the Pato Rangers fused in the last episode, but no, it split red into three. Now I'm very curious of how this Good Striker worked with the Lupin Rangers. I wonder if any of the other Rangers will use Good Striker, and will they split into three? And also, what will happen if they would turn the Good Striker upside down? Or if their VS Ranger can turn upside down, like how the Patos turned their upside down? It's kind of curious to me, because if they want to use a fusion version, they probably might turn Good Striker or their VS Ranger upside down, like how the Patos do it. I'm a little curious about this, that's all. So meanwhile, the Pato Rangers are still stuck. Pato Green thinks about what shall he do, about giving his all. His arm is stuck in a position where his blaster's almost aiming at the rod from Red Ranger. So he blasts that, actually ends up slicing the sticky stuff off, and then freeing himself and his rest of his team. Good job on that. He can get a gold badge for that. So the Patos do show up, but they're late to the party. And Kyra ends up mentioning Mr. Koga, and then that's when we get Good Striker just flying off, bumping into the Pato Rangers. Well, they grab him, then the villains see the monster is destroyed, so make my monster grow again. This time during this battle, the Patos have Good Striker, and they end up using him for the giant monster fight this time. And what they do is still pretty impressive with the CGI for this Megazord fight. Not nearly as impressive as the last episode, because we do see the Lupin Kaiser just flying around all cool and Patu Kaiser is still pretty cool seeing it move around in the CGI stuff. It does remind me a little bit of Deca Robot or SPD Megazord a little bit with this stuff, with it moving around like a cop and stuff like that. So the Pato Rangers defeat the Gangara say today. After that, Goody just pops out at his area he popped out. And unlike the Lupin Rangers being aware of this, the Pato Rangers are using who are you and stuff like that. And I think that's when Goody just ditches them. Also, we got to hear the theme song for the Megazord, but it was Patu Kaiser's one, which I found weird because we didn't get Lupin Kaiser's theme. Probably not get that in the next episode, but I think it was kind of weird that they just went for Patu Kaiser's first, because we saw Lupin Kaiser first. We should get that theme song first. I guess it's a minor complaint or whatever. I know, it's just a minor complaint, but they introduced Lupin Kaiser first. That's why I'm just complaining. So the Lupins give the collection piece back to Mr. Kogura. He also explains that Goody is part of the collection that's really hard to handle, and that's why he might be with the police. He even might be the reason why the police have their own collection of the VS Changers. I also wonder what else he might have that the Rangers don't know about. Could be that toy stuff we saw earlier with the Lupin Kaiser pieces. I also wonder how we're gonna get the other pieces for the Lupin collection for the Zords. Very curious about that. How are they going to retrieve that? Is it going to be somehow in the safe of the cops, or are they get those parts somewhere else? So yeah, I believe that the Patos might have their own archery of Zord part right now. Future Zord parts we're gonna see in future episodes. So then the Patos show up for lunch again, and they apologize for leaving it the last time. It's really nice. Yeah. I wonder how many times they're gonna go here. I wonder if like Mr. Coco had their assignment, and then the Patos run off again to go save the city, and then that's when they know they have to go too, instead of having to look at the paper of what Mr. Koga has, but still they need to know where the monster is before the Patos destroy the monster. They also have to get the collection too as well. There's going to be a little bit of trouble there, a little bit probably. So then Lupin Blue gives them the menu and chat on for lunch, and then Pato Nico hits on Lupin Yellow, which is another comedic stuff with the Patos. I would say the comedic stuff is a little bit less than last time's, but we'll see what happens down the road. I think it was more a little bit noticeable in the first two episodes. It seems to be toned down just a little bit, but it's still pretty good. So our next episode looks like it's going to be about pink, and possibly might be a little bit about yellow, but we'll see what happens. So it seems like these first like 4 episodes almost combine the two of the Rangers of each side. So I also have some future videos planned. So I just saw Black Panther again, so I might do a review for that. I also might do the first story arc of Build. We'll see about that, if I can get around to doing that. And Tomb Raider's coming up, and then I'll do a review of that. I'm trying to, of the game, but the story part of the game, not like the gameplay. I might talk about that a little bit. So look out for those videos when those videos drop. So, well, what do you think of this episode? What do you think of the future of the show? And post your comments, give me a like, it really helps me out, and subscribe for more. I've been Matt1, and see you later, Ranger fans.